All right, in this video here, we're going to show you some wrist exercises that I do. All right, so because obviously my wrists are very important for the way that I move around, and so it's important to keep my wrists very flexible and very loose, because if you don't, then I know when I don't do my wrist exercise, when I try to get up from somewhere, I start to feel pain. And so it's very important. So these are just a few of the wrist exercises that I do, and you can find any wrist exercise you can find will do as well. These exercises obviously came from physical therapists. So what I'll do here is the first one you can do with your hands open or closed, it really doesn't matter. I'll do it closed so you can see my wrists a little bit better, and I'll just do a circular motion. Okay, I'll do this for about a minute. You can't hear it, but there's actually my wrists are cracking a little bit, and so and that's because I haven't done stretches in 2 days, so my body's basically tightening up. So I'll do this stretch here with my wrists. You know, obviously my right hand will be going clockwise, with my left hand will be going counterclockwise, and then I'll rotate it. I'll go backwards for about a minute. Okay, and so I'll just that basically just helps loosen up my wrists. Well, another wrist exercise, what I'll do is I'll take my hand like this, obviously my fingers, and I'll pull back. Now I can feel that, obviously I can't show you here with, I'm going to try to show you with my hand. I can feel that in my wrist here, and then I can also feel it up my forearm. So what I'll do is I'll just take the fingertips here, and I'll just push forward. I'll push like I'm trying to push my palm into the ground from a standing position. So I'll just push back, and all the while I'm pushing back with my fingertips. That there helps with the wrist. You can do that way, and then you can also do it with, obviously, if you do any stretch you want to do both sides, the front and the back. So then what you do is you pull back on that one as well. So now I'm working the down motion, and I'm working basically the up motion here, getting my wrist up. There are different ways of doing it, but it basically all does the same thing. It's loosening up your wrist. So now here, I just want to show you my right side, but I want you to know that I do this on both my right and my left side. So just to save time, we're going to do this just on my right side. Something that I have a hard time holding my arms up in this position. So in order to do wrist exercises from this position, I could either be sitting on a chair and have my arm rested on a table, or if I'm going to do it from a standing position, it's going to be, for me, it's a lot easier to do it from a standing position. So to do these wrist exercises from here, you can see that my wrist is falling down, and I really can't lift it up. So in order to deal with that weakness, I'll hold my arm. By me holding my arm here now, I can relax my wrist. So I can do wrist exercises without having to, with my arm getting real tired or compensating by twisting or contorting my body. So a couple of wrist exercises that I'll do from this position is, you know, again, I'll do it with my wrists closed. I'll do, basically, I try to do it in all the positions, you know, left, right, up, down. So what I'll do is I'll do, you know, 10. So forward and back counts as 1. So that's 1, 2, and I'll do that to 10. And then what I'll do is I'll go down, 1, 2. And you could do that, basically that motion, and that gets your, you know, it works your wrist left, right, and up and down. Then what I'll do is I'll open my hand, and I'll try to put my palms up. And I can feel that twist there. And the whole time you're going to watch, sometimes you'll see and my whole body contorts. What you want to try to do is you just want to kind of isolate that wrist and just turn the wrist and the hand. Okay? Another stretch that I do is I'll take the hand, my fingers, I'll kind of like intertwine them together, and I'll push the thumb. You can see, I don't know if you can see on the back side, I'll take this thumb here and I'll push on this wrist to basically get the stretch to go a little bit further. Okay? And so that there again stretches the wrist as well. Another one here is, this is more like a finger exercise. You know, I'll hold on to my fingers and I'll try to keep my palm level basically with my forearm there, and I'll just try to push on the fingers back. That basically just, you know, keeps my fingers loose and flexible, so that when I'm getting up from a table or something, you know, my fingers are used to that position. And then what I'll do for the wrist is then I'll just obviously push back that way, and you can get the wrist, you know, you can get a little bit of a deeper wrist. So those stretches there are basically some of the stretches that I do for the wrist to keep my hands obviously loose and be able to get up from tables and stuff. So, all right, next I'm going to show you basically head exercises and some shoulder exercises.